guys, welcome back to my channel, Sass here. I'm here to do the review of 90 Day Fiance. I want to call this a bag of crazy. This episode was a bag of crazy. What's wrong with them, y'all? What's wrong with them? Honey, these women. Let's start off with Angela and Michael. So Angela has landed in Nigeria for the third time. Of course, Michael, he's there waiting for her with a cake. A cake. Child, they see each other, kissy, kissy, huggy, huggy, just slobbering all over each other. Child, did y'all see the locals? The locals are looking at them like, child, she back again. I am tired of seeing this woman. Why is she always here? So they get into a vehicle. They wasn't even inside the vehicle 30 seconds and they argue. Angela wants to know what happened with this visa. She want to know what he said, what they said, what he put down. She just can't wrap her head around why he got denied. And then he said those fatal words. He says, well, I gave them your name. Game, set, match. That's all you need to know, Angela. You have been there twice, and you have cut a shine every time you came. They know who you are. Honey, it was probably one of their cousins, his friend's cousins, that you done cussed out and embarrassed, working down there at that office, done seen your name, and honey, she was probably like this. You want to talk about my cousin? You out here cutting a shine. Okay. Denied. See, you don't know who is working in those offices. You don't know who that person may know. But of course, Michael, he said that he did everything correct. Okay? He do not know why he was denied. Angela's just too through. So they go back to the room. She is tired. She is hot. They arguing. And he gave her a little gift. He gave her a clock with their faces on it. She was happy about that. Alright, so the next morning, they go to breakfast. Now see, this is where I have to agree with Angela. Did y'all see how them cars was parked? Honey, the whole parking looked dyslexic, didn't it? And then he just parked. I'm thinking to myself, how's the car in front of you going to get out? Honey, that just tore my nerves up. So she gets out the car. She was like, what is this? She was like, this don't look like breakfast. This don't look like IHOP. Where Waffle House at? Do Nigeria have Waffle House? So then they go around to a back alley. Honey, she's steady complaining and steady fussing. He was like, hush now, just come on. She was like, where are we going? Honey, Angela, I have to agree with you. I would ask that too. Honey, this just don't look good. So they go inside this little restaurant, child, and he let it be known that Angela does not like Nigerian food. He said this is her third time coming out here, and she might as well get used to it. Now, I am a foodie. I love food, and I'll try anything. But again, I am with agreeance with Angela on this. Did y'all see that play? Did y'all see that play? Honey, Angela looked at that plate and said, what is this? What is this? Honey, did y'all see that egg? I said, now that egg's been sitting there for a while. Literally for a while. I mean, it was all brown. The plate was brown. The food was brown. Had a whole fish. The fish looked liquefied. I said, no ma'am. I was like, Angela, that's right. Eat your cigarette. That's what you eat. Don't eat what's on that plate. Eat your cigarette. So, of course, they start talking about the visa. All right. Bottom line is, Michael wants to get married in Nigeria. Angela does not. Angela says that the lawyer says that they can appeal it. It can take 6 months. Michael's lawyer says, listen, your best bet is to get married to Nigeria. Angela disagrees. Michael disagrees. So they are button heads, hard-headed Angela, hard-headed Michael. Michael says that, time is not on his side. He's ready to marry Angela. He's ready to get to the United States. And he's ready to have a family. Angela says that she's going to see why they got denied. She is determined to find out why that visa was denied. Okay? Then there was some paperwork involved. They have to hear for a month. If they don't hear in a month, then she will, come to a compromise and she will think about getting married in Nigeria. Boy, Angela and Michael is draining. They are draining. Let's move on. Let's talk about Natalie and Mike. Boy, when I tell you, this threw me for a loop a little bit, y'all. Threw me for a loop. Now, there's already tension. They've been arguing ever since he got that number tension. So they're sitting there in the confessional and the producers is asking him questions about, is he ready to leave? Is he going to miss her? And all this. And he was like, yeah, of course, I don't, want to leave like this. And you can just feel it. You can feel it. So the producers asking, Natalie. And so Natalie is saying, yes, to the questions. And then the producers will, wanting to amp it up a little bit. So the producer says, do you love Mike? What an odd question to ask. Do you love Mike? Now, of course, why wouldn't she? I mean, she has this American man. She wants to have, a baby. He done flew out there several times. All right? And kissy, kissy, huggy, huggy. He proposed to this woman. Why would the producer ask, do you love him? Because all the tension? Okay. After a long pause, she says, they have potential and it takes time. Oh, man. They have potential and it takes time. Girl, if you don't go somewhere, what do you mean? It's potential and it takes time. He proposed to you. You said yes. What the love? So you mean to tell me when you said yes, you didn't love this man? Obviously. So of course you see Mike, and honey, he is a taken back. Honey, he is just like, you got to be kidding me. Honey, he was embarrassed. He was shocked by this. He was like, And so then she starts having this awkward laugh and rubbing his arm. And he was like, well, that's news to me. And so he was like, man, that's all I need to hear. I'm out of here. I am going to go pack. So he gets up, he storms off, he's embarrassed, he's hurt. And so she gets up. Now, we see a scene where she is sitting on the couch, just running that mouth. She does not understand why Mike is upset with her. She's saying, do you want me to lie to you? Do you want me to lie and say that I love you when I don't? Is that what you want? Don't you want someone to be honest? So Mike is like, listen, I'm taken back. I'm upset by this. I cannot believe this. I thought me and you was on the same accord. So he's packing up his stuff. Meanwhile, Mama Natalie up there walking around in circles. She don't know what's going on. She look like who done it, what for in her house coat. Honey, Natalie was like, Mama, if you don't go in that room and get some rest, that's what you do. Honey, Mama Natalie was like, what's going on? What's going on, Mike? Honey, Mama Natalie loved Mike more than Natalie. Child, oh So they going back and forth. Natalie still spitting venom. I mean, just venom. And so then she takes off the wedding ring and throws it inside of the luggage. Mike said, "Oh, really? Oh, really?" And so this is what Natalie said, y'all. Natalie says, "I need a real man. I need a man to talk to me. I need a man, to talk to about this. If he was a real man, if he loved me, he would have took that ring and put it back on my finger. Wouldn't he have done that?" Whew. Jesus be some medication. There's something wrong with Natalie. There's something wrong with her, honey. I'm telling you, I was like, "Mike, I want you to pack up that bag. I want you to take your butt to the airport, go back to Side Ditch, Washington, and check on Uncle Bo. How Uncle Bo doing? Go check on Uncle Bo, honey. Leave Natalie and her several personalities sitting there." Mike done had all he could take. So he gets to the door. She stands up. And at this time, she had on her coat. So I guess she was going to go with him to the airport. And so he was like, "Look, I ain't got time for this. All right? I done went upstairs. I done cried with your mama. I done told your mama bye. She don't know what's going on. Okay? Are you going to go with me or what?" And so then she says, "This is a farce." I said, when did she turn into Sylvester the cat? This is a farce. I said, what is going on here? So then he was like, "What?" He was like, "This is not a farce." He was like, "What are you talking about? Are you going or not? Okay, I'm leaving." And then she says, "Apologize." He said, "Man, if you don't get up out my face," he says, "I'm not apologizing." So he walks off. He took his feet to the street. He went inside the Uber. And he was out. Okay, he was out. Here's Natalie leaned up against the stove. She's confused. She's upset with him because he didn't stay and explain to her why he's upset. She has no idea why Mike is upset with her. He's done proposed to you. You said yes. Okay? He done flew out there several times. He in debt. Okay? But you don't understand why he upset with you because you don't love him. Honey, the only thing that she wanted was his sperm. That's all she wanted for him, was the sperm and a trip to the United States. And she upset. Honey, Natalie, a bag of crazy. That's what that is. Now let's move on. Now I'm going to make this real short. Let's talk about Giuliana. Now Michael, another Michael, he didn't show up in this episode. We have Giuliana, and she says that, she don't have a vehicle, so for her birthday, Michael bought her a bike. And so she goes around the corner to Miss Timberland's house, ex-wife Sarah, all right? And her and Sarah are becoming close, all right? Sarah says that she likes Giuliana. Sarah says that Giuliana is good to her children, and her children likes Giuliana. All right, so they're talking, and Giuliana, is telling Sarah about her background. All right, Giuliana's done had it rough. Honey, her story is depressing, ain't it? I'm like, girl, it is depressing. So she said when she was 15, she started modeling. Okay, it didn't really work out at 15 because the money that she made, which wasn't much, okay, it went towards rent and food and, things to keep them afloat. So it really didn't work out, too well. So then later on, she meets up with a man at some church / cult. All right. Now, she was 17 years old, and this man was, what, 34 years old? Okay. Now, when she met this man, it was all gumdrops and lollipops. Okay. He treated her great. All right. He was kind to her. He was sweet to her. You know, he gave her things. You know, he appreciated her. But once they got married, it went downhill. She said he was an awful, awful man. Mean to her, didn't treat her right. And she was like, after 3 months, she was like, I'm out of here. Okay? She used the term escape. She said that he was a bad man. Now, she's telling Sarah all this stuff. And Sarah seems like she is like genuinely, you know, upset. She starts crying and she feels bad for Giuliana, and they're just really having a nice, deep conversation. Now, at first I was thinking to myself, Giuliana, why are you telling Sarah all this? All right? Now, you done said that you done married this man and you done escaped and how bad he was and how you didn't get a divorce right away and all this stuff. And of course, you know, Sarah is just soaking it in like a sponge, okay? All right? And Giuliana, she don't have any friends, so she appreciates that Sarah's taking time, you know, to talk to her and spend time with her because, you know, she ain't got no one else to talk to. So later on, we have Sarah picking up Giuliana. They go into the bridal shop so they can have the dress altered. Now, inside the vehicle, they having conversation, all right? And so Giuliana was like, is there anything I need to know, you know, about Michael? Because they're going to get married, you know, in a couple of days. And so Sarah was like, listen, the only thing I can tell you is don't follow what I did, okay? When I got paid, I gave Michael my whole check. Here you go, all right? Don't do that. Also, don't be a servant to this man, okay? So Giuliana was like, oh, no, don't worry about that. I've already done told him, don't be thinking I'm going to cook and clean all the time. That's not me. So they was having, you know, a good little conversation inside of the vehicle, all right? Again, they getting close. So they get to the bridal shop, all right, to have the dress altered. And when I tell you, when Giuliana come out in that dress, she looked beautiful. Didn't she? That dress was gorgeous. All right. It was lace. It had a deep V and it had mesh right here and it bellowed out. It was beautiful. And she looked so happy. She really looked happy. And you know what? Sarah looked happy for her. All right. Sarah says that she likes Giuliana. Giuliana says that Sarah is her best friend. Now, I want to know from y'all, friends, do you think Sarah genuinely likes Giuliana? I'm going to say yes. All right. Now, I know I was the one that said that when Sarah came out with them Timberlands, she was about to mess. But I truly think that Sarah really likes Giuliana. We'll see, but I really do. I think that, you know, that they are becoming friends. And I really like them together. I don't think that there's any hostility there. At least I hope not. I hope they do, you know, make it work. Because I really do like Michael and Sarah's children. They are mature and they seem to really, really, really like Giuliana. So I really hope it works out for all of them. I'm rooting for Michael and Giuliana, even though that age difference. But I am rooting for those two. All right, let's move on. Oh, Lord. Y'all, we got to talk about it. Jasmine and Blake. Well, y'all, as we know, Blake, he has a record label, and he's a hip-hop star in his own world. So, tonight was the night of their big showcase. So, we have Jasmine. She's in there getting ready, all right? Blake, he was like, listen, how long is it going to take? You're always running late. We got to get going. And so Jasmine was like, look, I got to make this wing liner crisp. Do you hear me? I mean crisp, okay? Until I'm ready, that's where we'll go, okay? You can't go until I go, so... So Blake, he's excited, you know, because, you know, this is his big, you know, showcase, and he want his woman, you know, there. So they inside of the Uber, and here's Blake, you know, trying to be a little flirty, and he's trying to touch her, and she was like, don't touch my face. Didn't I tell you this wing liner is crisp? Okay, don't touch my face. So he was like, she was like, don't touch me. She was like, now I done told you, don't touch my face, don't touch me, don't go around me. In fact, I don't even know, who are you? Why are you sitting beside me? Why are you in this Uber? Honey, she don't care nothing about Blake, child. She says that she cannot wait to sleep in the same bed with him. She can't wait for the parents to move out so they can have that house together. Okay, girl. Keep telling yourself that, because I don't buy it. On their way, Rita, the messy friend, she calls Blake and says, where you at? Okay, you are late. We are all here. Everyone's here. We're waiting on you. So he was like, man, I'll be there about 10 minutes away. So he's getting a little frustrated, agitated, because he was like, listen, this is my record company. Okay? All right? How am I going to be late for my own showcase? And here's Jasmine. Honey, Jasmine didn't care. Jasmine did not care. Ooh, they are so boring. Ain't they? Child. So, they get there, and of course, everybody's, you know, hey, what's up? They hugging, you know, and all this. So, Jasmine's sister show up. Okay, Jasmine's sister brought a friend. Now, who was that woman with Jasmine's sister? So, Jasmine, her sister, and then the friend is sitting out in the audience. They sitting down. Now, the people in the club, you know, they dancing. Hey, Jasmine, the sister, and the friend name. Okay, so they getting, you know, the people hype. Now, and he puts on like a mask, like a ski mask. Okay, with the eyes cut out and the mouth, he looked like Gibbs from Fat Albert in the game. I said, oh, have mercy. Now, Everett and then some white boys was up there with no shirt on and some type of vest. Honey, they look a mess. I'm sorry. So then they get up on stage. Hey, yo, check 1 2, check 1 2. Oh no, hey, shoot with the knife, hey. All right, thank y'all for coming out. I said, is that it? TLC, y'all couldn't give him a good 10 minutes? Y'all gave him 10 seconds? We didn't even hear it. We didn't even hear it. Child, it was just... So here's Jasmine and the sister and the friend just looking. Here's Rita, the messy friend. She come over there and she was like, it's good, right? You liking it? And so here's Jasmine. Yeah. Honey, Jasmine done lied. Jasmine was like, listen, I don't even like rap music. And if he wasn't my man, honey, I wouldn't even be here. Okay? I don't like it. It was whack. Point blank, period. Okay? I'm ready to go. I'm tired. So, we see Jasmine, her sister, and then the sister's friend leave. I'm like, well, where did they even go? Did they leave? So, we have Blake and the rest of the homies outside, you know, hyping each other up because, you know, they think they was at Showtime at the Apollo. And so here comes Rita. Rita was like, oh my God, this was great. I mean, the crowd was feeling y'all. They were hyped up. And Blake was like, thank you very much. Thank you very much. You know what I'm saying? He was happy. Good for you, Blake. Now, here's Rita. Yeah, Jasmine, I mean, she didn't even, you know, stand up and dance. She just sat down the whole time. Here's Blake. Excuse. Yeah, Jasmine, she didn't really seem that interested. Okay? I mean, was she feeling it? I don't think she was feeling it. Here's Blake. Excuse. Here's Rita. You know, I just don't understand why she didn't feel it. I mean, was she here? Okay, it just seemed like she didn't want to be here. Blake. Excuse. Do Rita have a man? I thought Everett was Rita's boyfriend. Why are you out here talking to Blake about his girlfriend? Why ain't you in there hugging and kissing Everett and telling him how good of a job he did? I'm confused. So later on, we have Everett and that white boy. They in the studio. I'm assuming that was the studio. And here comes Blake. All right? And the minute he walks in there, they are giving him the third degree about Jasmine. Why don't Jasmine like us? Why don't Jasmine seem like she's interested in anything you do? Why don't Jasmine like us? Why isn't Jasmine supportive? Just going on and on and on. And here's Blake. Excuse. With a smile on his face. Okay? Blake said, listen, she ain't from here. She ain't from this country. She don't know how we get down. Okay? Just give her time. She'll come around. Okay? Because see, when me and her are together, all right, she asked me all kinds of questions. All right? And so here's Everett. That ain't good enough for Everett. Everett was like, well, was she even happy? Okay? Did she even get into it? It seemed like she didn't even want to be there. Okay? Do she support you? All right? Does she even care what you got going on? Blake, excuse. Listen, I'm tired of talking about them. This is my question to you, friends. Do you get so invested in your friend's significant other? Out of Everett's grown male mouth, he says, I want Jasmine to be my friend. A grown man said this. I want her to be my friend. I want her to be best friends with us. I want her to be part of the group. I want her to laugh at our corny jokes. I want her to be in the inner circle. Maybe she don't want to. I mean, she has made it clear that she don't like y'all. Y'all have been around her twice, and she has made it perfectly clear that she don't want to be in the inner circle. She don't like you. She don't like Blake. She don't like nobody but her sister, and she just wants to stay in the United States. That's all she wants. She don't care nothing about you. She don't care nothing about that whack music. She don't care nothing about that little record company. She don't care. And she has made that crystal clear. In fact, she said it out her own mouth. She said, I'm not here to be friends with his friends. She here for Blake. So Everett, Rita, and whoever else in the inner circle can go and kick a brick. Because she don't care. Instead of y'all worrying about, Jasmine taking Blake away from you all, maybe y'all should worry about maybe you all having Blake. Maybe you need to think about you all pushing Blake away. Because Blake was tired of it. Blake said, listen, I am tired of this. I'm going to marry this woman, whether you like it or not. And he was like, man, I'm out. And he bounced. Again, friends, are you this invested in your friend's relationship? Let me know down below, because I'm telling you right now, I ain't. I don't get involved in my friend's relationship. Period. Let's move on. All right, y'all. Let's talk about Tonya and Sinjin. Tonya got on my nerves this episode. She really got on my nerves. Now, they had this big old fight, and I'm going to need for y'all to help me in the comments to understand what this fight was about. Because I was all over. Honey, Tanya was all over the place. So, Tanya is on her way home. All right, Sinjin's happy. Okay. So we get to the airport. There's Tanya. Sinjin jumps over the barricade. Kissy, kissy, huggy, huggy. I love you. I miss you. And they are just holding each other. And, you know, Tanya, she says she's happy to be in her man's arms. Okay. She loves the way Sinjin cares about her. She even says that, you know, she can't bite down on an apple because, you know, her teeth are sensitive. So what does Sinjin do? Sinjin bite it for her. She just loves the way Sinjin cares for her. Really? Is that what that was? Because when you was in Costa Rica, you couldn't even send this man a text. When you was in Costa Rica, you couldn't even FaceTime this man for 5 minutes. When you was in Costa Rica, you was in class all the time. You better be the best witch doctor known to man. Okay? You out there shaking your ass salsa dancing. Okay? You weren't thinking about no apple or his feelings. You weren't thinking about how much Sinjin cared for you. Tanya, girl. So they stayed overnight in New York, and they're on their way home to Connecticut. Now they are inside of this vehicle, and the conversation starts with work. Okay, the J to the O to the B. Now Sinjin says that when he was 18 years old, he worked in a mine. Okay, and he said he worked there for 7 years. He said it was with little pay, hard work. He says that he's seen some of his friends die. He lost some co-workers, and it's just hard. He does not like to work for an establishment, you know, business, you know, the man, you know. He would rather, you know, work for himself. But, you know, hey, you got to do what you got to do. So here's Tanya. Tanya says, oh, so annoying. Okay. Now Tanya says, listen, yes, you had a miserable job in the past, okay? But your future jobs may not be miserable. Get over it. Sinjin says, listen, I can't get over it, okay? That was hard. I may be 50 years old and I may not ever get over it, okay? I understand I need to get a job, all right? I understand that I'm going to have to work for the establishment, to have to work for the man. I get it, okay? And I have no problem in doing that. Okay, is there something else I would rather do? Sure. But if I need to work to support you and myself, then I will do it. All right. Tanya gets all upset. All right. Now she starts talking about Sinjin needs to get a job, even though he can't get a job yet. Okay. It's going to take months. But she says in the meantime, he can pick up a trade. What was she talking about? Woodworking. Now she said that while he ain't working, he can do some woodworking courses. Okay? He can do some classes. Sinjin said, you out your mind. I'm not going to spend $800 for a week. We don't even have $800. And Tanya was like, I told you, you don't need to worry about that. I told you, don't worry about it. It's all good. Don't worry about it. His Sinjin was like, that's $800 that we don't have. Tanya, where are you going to get $800 from? You live in a shed. You live in a shed. Now, she wants Sinjin to be so proactive. Okay, instead of him not doing anything, he can do something. She understands that, hey, he's not going to be going to a 9 to 5 and punching in and have a job. But in the meantime, he can do something. Okay? Miss Proactive. Miss Leave your fiance for 30 days out of the 90 days. Okay? But you want him to go do some woodworking skills, $800 a month. I was Sinjin on this. You done lost your mind, Tanya. So here's Sinjin. Sinjin said, listen, I'm about tired of your mouth. Okay, I'm tired of this. I don't want to hear no more. I don't want to hear no more of your lip. I'm sick of it. And she was like, don't be talking to me like that. I'll put you out on the side of the road. He was like, good. He was like, it's better than being in the car with you. He was like, I'm sick of this. Okay? He was like, I'm tired. Okay? Do you want me to leave you? Because I can hop, skip, and jump out of this car and this relationship. I mean, he didn't use those terms, but y'all know what I'm getting at. And Tanya was like, don't push me. Don't try it. Don't do it, Sinjin. Don't do it. Sinjin said, look, I done spoke. So here's Tanya steady fussing. Fuss, fuss, fuss. Fuss, fuss, fuss. Okay, raising her voice. And here's Sinjin. He said, you better bring that down. Okay, you up here. You better bring that down. I'm tired. I done told you. So he's giving Tanya a little bit of pushback. Honey, Sinjin had had enough. Okay? And then here's Tanya. I love you. And he was like, I love you too. And I'm thinking myself, Tanya, what's wrong with her, y'all? Okay. She didn't like that Sinjin gave her a little bit of pushback. I hope she looked back at this and seen how ridiculous and silly she looked and sounded. Okay. I mean, you can't expect this man to get a job just like that. You're going to have to wait. And Sinjin said that he'll get a job, okay? You just going to have to wait, all right? She always wants to micromanage, all right? She wants this. Now. She can't wait. She wants the marriage. She wants the babies, okay? First, you need to get out that shed. That's what you do, okay? Did Tanya get on y'all's nerves this episode? Because she got on mine. That whole fight was silly. Okay? That's all it is. That whole fight was silly. What did y'all think about Tanya? Let's talk about it down below. Last and least, translator app in desperation. As we know, translator app's in the hotel. Okay. Desperation Anna is packing up his stuff, and she's like, I'm sick of it. He picked his family over me. He didn't even fight for our love. I am devastated. I am heartbroken. Now here comes translator app with his crossbody bag. And this whole scene and conversation was comical to me. Okay? Comical. Alright? Here's Anna. Here's translator app trying to go in for a hug. She was like, don't touch me. No, don't touch me. Translator app. No, Anna, no. Please, Anna, please. That's all he said. That's all he said. Okay? So here's Anna. I cannot believe you're leaving. I cannot believe you hurt me like this. I cannot believe you are not fighting for us. I cannot believe you are leaving me. You choosing your family over me. No, Anna, no. Please, Anna, please. Translator app was all tore up, child. Both of them. Alright, so they're going back and forth, okay? He said that he has to go. He said that it's his family. She said, no, you're not. You don't have to go. I love you. You know, all this stuff. And then, honey, let the games begin, honey. Cried, snot flying, child. Honey, desperation done lost her mind. She cried. Honey, translator app, honey, he had a breakdown. He is crying, wailing all over. Honey, he is just a mess. He's on the side of the couch crying. He's over in the corner crying. He's just rolling honey, a mess. Just a mess. I was like, listen, y'all need to gather yourselves. You can't be getting no snot on that Rent-A-Center furniture. Desperation. Is it paid off, girl? Now, they ain't gonna take it back with all them bubbles all up on that furniture, child. Them snot bubbles from Translator app walking around here looking like he 12 years old having, I said, child. And he was like, Anna, no, please, Anna, please. Trying to kiss her. And then he sat down. He was like, I want to kiss you. She said, I want to punch you. Child, next thing you know, here comes desperation. Crying, snot flying. Did y'all see her mascara, child? Honey, she looked like a sick raccoon. I said, girl, Jesus be a tissue. I'm like, somebody give him to a tissue, child. Honey, it was a spectacle. A spectacle. So they're crying and just hee-hawing, and she was like, you got to go. She was like, you have to leave. So he's leaving, and he's making his way to the airport. He has to get to the airport so he can leave. And she decided that she wanted to take him to the airport, even though she done told him to kick rocks. She decided to take him to the airport because she thinks that she can change his mind on the way to the airport. She thinks that if, she can talk to him a little bit, that he will decide to stay. Because if he gets on that plane, he can't come back. That's it. It is over. Okay? If he gets on that plane to go back to Turkey, there is no coming back to the United States. And she let it be known in that call. She says, listen, I'm not going to Turkey. So this is it. If you get on that plane, we are done. No, please, Nana, please, no. So they get to the airport, honey, still crying, child. They get there, and she was like, oh, Mursel, I love you. I can't believe you're hurting me like this. Here's Mursel trying to hold her and hug her. Honey, just a spectacle. In the middle of the airport, in front of Omaha Steaks, there's little children running around looking at this foolishness. Okay? But it was no breaking Translator app. Translator app says that he's scared. He said, I'm scared. What you scared of? Okay? He says that he is the only male in the family. Okay? He has to obey his family. And that he's scared to go back to Turkey. Translator app, did nobody tell you to get on that plane? Did nobody tell you to get on that plane? You did, though. You did, so. So here is Anna, okay? Anna is walking off. She is crying. Translator app, he's trying. Honey, he done cried all his tears, child. And he said that if he could go back, if he could turn back time, he would have told his parents about Anna's children. He said that he regret that. He wished that he could have handled it another way. And there's Anna crying to her car, and there's Translator app getting on the plane. And that's it, y'all. That is it. Now, what did y'all think about the episode? Let me know down below. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, friends, bye.